Hello there, Mr. Tosi from FaceSlapGaming here, and this is our interview with Muffoxx. There is going to be a video on screen, but you don't have to see that video. It has no correlation to the voice in the video. It's just there for anyone who wants to watch the video to have something to stop their eyes being bored. So if you want to just do something else while listening to this interview, that is fine. In the description, there will be markers on when which question is asked in the video. So if you don't want to watch the whole 1 hour and a half of video, which is understandable, just go to the description and there'll be a list of questions. Just click on the time, and then you can see the question in the video. So yeah, and I hope you enjoy the video, guys. Mr.
Fine.
Oh my god. Okay, this is the actual thing. So, Muffoxx. Okay, before the interview, you showed me a few songs, some unreleased songs, and you said you weren't going to release them because you didn't like them. But I really like them, to be honest. And are you thinking of like showing your fans previews of your songs first, and then if they like it, releasing them in the future?
Well, yeah, I've actually been doing that. I'm actually all about previews. Like, I love giving previews to
like
my fans. Sneak peeks, yeah. No,
you're doing the right thing.
like that house track, or if you consider it house, that I did a little while back, Lost Without You or whatever. It was I only put like maybe an hour or two into it. And none of my like friends are online. And usually I like send my MP3s or my songs, my projects to my friends and just ask them for their opinion. But currently,
whoa. Friends? What are these? You didn't have these in. You didn't have these in the order.
Sorry, I don't think you would understand. This is a gaming channel.
Yeah, right. What you on about, bro?
Anyway, in all seriousness, carry on with your answer.
I usually send it to my friends and they judge it and tell me what's good, what's bad, or something like that. And currently, like when I was working on that track, no one was online at the moment because it was like, I don't know, 4 in the morning. I was tired. I didn't know what I was doing. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna try something new. So I uploaded it and I was like, work in progress, yeah. And I mainly uploaded it because I wanted to get, instead of like getting my friends' opinions on it, my fans have different opinions than my friends. Most of my friends are like, oh yeah, this is terrible, change this. And my fans are like, oh god, this is so good. So I wanted to see, what their opinions on it, of like, one of my projects that I've only been working on for like maybe a couple hours, just like see what they like about it and see what they want me to change and stuff. And it's funny because after I asked what my friends like thought of the track, they pretty much said the same thing that my fans did. So I kind of got an idea of what that was for. But I like uploading previews and work in progresses and stuff like that. But usually when I upload a preview, the track is like 90% done. Like, people keep telling me to finish the chase. I think I uploaded a preview of that, did I?
Yeah, the one with the balloon. It's a picture.
Yeah. The balloon.
Balloon, but a balloon nonetheless. Okay.
It's a balloon. Yeah, no.
A balloon.
It's a balloon. People keep telling me to finish that, and it was pretty much finished by the time I uploaded it. But
people actually thought it wasn't finished. So you're just like, why did you upload an unfinished song?
Yeah, I don't know. But the thing is that, well, it is a preview, so yeah. But the thing is that it is like done, but I'm not happy with what it sounds like. Like, I really want to change up a few things about it, and because it's one of my tracks I'm really proud of, but I'm not proud of what I did with it in the end, and I want to go back and redo the entire thing. But I worked on it for like 2 weeks straight, and so I'm kind of taking a little break from that, and I moved on to a few newer projects. So
if you restarted it, is it just like, if you want to restart it, is it just like you've been lazy, or you literally don't know where to start with it or something?
If I restarted it, I wouldn't restart it.
No, but I mean, like, you don't know where to start, like, to edit it and stuff, like.
No, I'd know where to edit it because I know what I don't like about it. Specifically, it's the vocals that I don't like, because I've never done like legitimate vocal work. I've done, you know, the Spectrum remix and the Clarity remix, and I've done vocals, like vocal cuts and edits in my track. That's kind of what people use to explain some of my sounds, is like poppy, synth, upbeat, vocal kind of stuff, you know. But I've never done like actual vocal work like on raw vocals. So I tried that.
So you wouldn't.
Because I had my friend send me vocals for it. She's a really great vocalist, but she does like acoustic stuff, not usually electronic stuff. So it was kind of different, and the vocal take was really, I don't know, weird, you could say. But I think that like with enough work, it might turn out to be good. I just have to work with it. I've never done
actually
vocals. So.
This is actually then a work in progress, like right now. Like vocal thing. Or is it just kind of put on hold?
It's kind of put on hold right now, because I've been working on The Future lately, the track that I've been kind of spreading around. I've been working on The Future. That's pretty much done. I might go back and make like just tiny adjustments. That's the thing though. Like I'm never fully happy with a track. Like even after it's released, I'm never really happy with it. I feel like I always want to go back and add new stuff to it. So I want to make sure that with the future is kind of like my borderlining track. Like it's really, I think that this one's going to really set it off for Muffoxx, because it's not different, but it's like I tried to take everything I've done, everything I've learned with Muffoxx, and put it into one track. And I really feel like this is going to be the future for Muffoxx, and that's kind of where I wanted to go with it, because it's going to be like, I don't know, after the future comes out, a lot of my tracks are going to be a lot more professionally made and well thought out, and like, I don't know, just more Muffoxx ish.
Nice.
That was a really long answer.
That's deep,
man. That was actually the most professional bit we've got so far. We can't lose that. We can't. It's too precious.
We can't.
Okay. We can't like ruin it now by saying something like titty sprinkles or something. Crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Titty sprinkles.
Are you gonna make a remix competition? You saw said it on Facebook once, a few days ago.
Yeah, and if I pay you some money, can you like can I win it? You know, if I pay you some money,
can you win it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do a remix competition? Are you thinking of doing one?
Actually, I've thought about that a lot. Every time I'm making a track or working on a track, I'm always thinking about like what my fans or my friends could come up with it. Like, what would they do? You know, and it kind of inspires me to, you know, push my Muffoxx-ness a little bit further than what I usually do. You know, and I think that a remix competition would be incredible. Like, I think that would be so awesome to hold one and have one. Even though I don't have many, I mean, I know a lot of my fans are, you know, producers who are trying to make it and stuff like that, and they're doing a great job. They're awesome. A lot of them are like really professional. Like, I consider their music better than mine, honestly. And then I also have a lot of friends who are producers, and they have great music and great talent. So yeah, I would love to do a remix competition, see what people could come up with, and if I had the money, I'd love to, you know, give out prize money. And I've been in multiple remix competitions, as you guys should know. Like, I did the Make It Bundim one, which
that was actually good. You know,
I was looking at the song actually was not that good. It was clipping really badly. There was okay.
You what? You didn't.
No, wait,
like
what?
What you did.
I thought you meant the original song.
Oh no, I was talking about the remix.
Alright, I didn't like the original.
Yeah, I didn't like. No, that was like when I heard it. That was like my rave song. You know, if I had to rave to a song, that would be the one I'd rave to.
That's saying a lot.
I didn't have a single idea going into that remix competition. I was just like, okay, whatever, I'll try it out because everyone's doing it, you know. And the track came out okay. I could have done way better with it. I kind of rushed it within 4 hours, and
you did that in 4 hours.
I think it was about 4 hours. Yeah, I don't know.
Like literally, that's some people take forever to come up with stuff that long, that good for like that amount of time, and they take days. And you just came up with that in like 4 hours. So
It was really experimental. It was really different. I don't know. I was just messing around with
That
stuff.
was amazing.
It actually worked though. So, I mean, like, literally, before I even heard about you, Jordan just went, "Oh, James, I'm going to enter a Bundum remix competition, and you should enter it as well. Just have a go of it." And he ended up not entering, but literally at the time, my computer wasn't sorted out, so I didn't have all my software and stuff on my computer. So basically, I ended up doing a Muffoxx remix on Audacity, solely on Audacity, and actually, literally for Audacity, it didn't actually turn out that bad. So, you know, I believe you only got like 2 more votes than me. So, you know, whatever.
I was checking that the other day. I was checking the track on Beatport. I don't know why I got led to it because I was on Beatport and I was checking out the competition, and I was like seeing all these great artists who remixed it, like Varian and I think Varian Varian remixed it, and like Savant and Poise Sound, and I think that's how you pronounce it, Pegboard Nerds and Teddy Killers and stuff like that. And right below Poise Sound is Muffoxx right there, and I'm like, what? It's like it was the like in the top 20 of most played. It was
all right. Yeah.
It was like, what? I didn't think it'd be that high. Like at first it was pretty high. It was like kind of beneath Varians and everyone like that.
I actually remember it. Like, it wasn't like properly played that much, but I just remember like going on the most voted and stuff. I ended up scrolling down like shitloads of pages because I knew it wouldn't be that far. But I saw Muffoxx, and then just like scrolled down like a little bit more, you know.
Yeah, it didn't get as many votes as it got plays.
I don't know, like,
yeah,
I didn't actually really like the winner of that competition, so
I think it depends on when you release it, to be honest, because I think when you release it, it gets quite a few plays from it being new, and then later.
I mean, that preview
plays.
Is your most viewed.
When I released it, it only had like a couple hundred.
Alright, I'm dying.
Oh, I thought you were laughing at me, interrupting you.
No.
Fucking Muffoxx. When I released it. No, when I released it, it only had a couple hundred views after a day. What happened was, or how I got so many plays was, I was telling my friends about it. My friends really liked it, and they kind of, my friends and my fans, they kind of like, I didn't have that many fans when I released that. On Facebook, I only had a few hundred. And so
that's your most viewed video on YouTube, isn't it? Like 50,000 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 50-something thousand. I'm like, what? It started out with like, actually, originally I uploaded a preview and the preview was terrible, so I took it down and then uploaded a new preview like a couple hours later. And it got good. It didn't start out very good, but after a few days I actually got sick right after I made that remix. I got terribly sick. Like I was about to go to the hospital. I actually think I did go to the hospital, I'm not sure, but I got really, really, really sick after that remix got out, and I came back online after a few days and it was already at like 4,000 views on YouTube, and nothing was ever that high at that moment for me. Like, I only had a few hundred subscribers or something, and it was just crazy to see all the good like reviews from everyone, and everyone was liking it and going on Beatport. You know, they weren't voting for it because you couldn't vote for it at that time, but they were just really liking it. And it took me a little while to upload the actual thing on YouTube. I didn't think people would actually want it on YouTube. They kept asking for the full version, but I just wasn't paying attention. But I did eventually. Anyway, I don't know. It was an interesting take on the original song. It was way different than the original song. It was sort of rushed, and I wish I wouldn't have rushed it because it did. I don't know. It got me a lot of fan base, sort of, and people want another song like that, you know, because most of my songs are kind of, you know, I don't know,
poppy-ish.
Yeah, well, they're not super like poppy-ish, but they're kind of like, you know, upbeat kind of stuff, you know.
I said party-ish, you know, but fine.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me then.
Like-
So speed.
Yeah. Pardon your French.
I forgot what I was saying.
You said about you wanted to make another song like it.
Oh yeah, people have been asking about. I really hope you edit this good. I know I'm already gonna hate this. I'm gonna be watching it and I'm gonna be like, I'm just a fucking retard.
Yeah, I'm retarded.
Anyway, people have asked me for like something else like that, you know, because none of my latest stuff has been like that. Like, the chase is completely different. Everything I've been doing lately is completely different from that. That's kind of like, you know, harder electro. A lot of people have compared it to Porter Robinson's older stuff, and that's pretty cool because I take a lot of inspiration from Porter Robinson, even though. What? Can you ask the question again?
I don't know the question. Let's go on another question. Muffoxx.
Yes.
What inspires you to make your music? What inspires you in the first place?
What inspires me, or who inspires me?
Both.
Well, that's kind of the collective term.
I don't know. I've gotten a lot of inspiration from a lot of things over time. Originally, I think what inspired me the most to make music was video games, because video games is like a huge part of my childhood, and I always loved, like, you know, the soundtracks for games and stuff, and wondered how people made them. And yeah, so I decided to one video game in particular, actually, it had an electronic soundtrack, or mostly electronic, and it was a great game. It's called Jet Set Radio. I absolutely loved that game, and that game kind of led me to listening to electronic music like Daft Punk and, you know, Deadmau5, and, you know, discovering all these artists. I was like, you know, I wonder what they do to make all this music. So I kind of looked it up and did some research for years. Actually, I remember playing Jet Set Radio when I was a kid, you know, like when I was 7, and ever since then, you know, I was, you know, looking up stuff and seeing how to make music and everything. So I always wanted to be a musician even when I was a kid. So it kind of changed over time though. Like I originally wanted to be in like a band, and then I went through a bunch of different phases, a bunch of different like music genre phases and stuff like that, and I just ended up electro again because I don't know, I guess I just do this best. So yeah. Video games specifically kind of inspired me to do electronic music, but the artists who have inspired me mostly have probably been like Daft Punk and Deadmau5 mostly. But the artists who have inspired my sound, the technical sound that I have in electronic music, is definitely Joe Garston, because Joe Garston, he has a great, amazing sound. I mean, like, I don't know how much I've talked to him about it, and I don't know how much time he puts into it. I'm sure he puts a lot of time into it, but it's just a really distinct sound that, like, once you hear it, you immediately think Joe Garston. It's really great.
Yeah, I've actually listened to some of the stuff, so I thought it's kind of like cool, but it reminded me of you. So yeah, your stuff, like I don't mean that in like a really gay way. It's like I was just, you know, listening to stuff and I just thought of Muffoxx.
Reminded me of you.
Joe Garston, I thought of you, baby. I really like his sound, and I think if he had the like right promotion and everything, he can make it really big in electronic music, and I'd love to see him get there, because
he'd be like a Scouse Zedd, like Scouse Zedd.
A couple years ago, when I started making electronic music under the different alias that I had, I mostly kind of took inspiration from smaller artists that I knew instead of the bigger artists like Deadmau5 and Zedd. You know, I had a few artists that, or a few smaller artists that I kind of took inspiration from, which was people like Life of Cows. He was one of my friends, although we didn't really talk much, but. Like, I don't know, it was just a bunch of, like, I don't really know how to explain it. It's just, yeah.
He commented on one of our videos.
Yeah.
On it out there.
Oh yeah, he's a really cool guy. He's actually Canadian, I'm pretty sure. And
Well, you don't know him in real life?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh,
I-
thought you did.
Are you building a giant cup of coffee?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
It doesn't look like a cup of coffee, does it?
Yeah, just put like a Starbucks sign on the side. You just got a giant like cup of coffee.
I think to completely answer it though is that like I don't know when I started making music I didn't want to. I learned that taking inspiration from like bigger artists like or you know more professional artists like Skrillex or over exaggerated artists. I mean, well I mean Skrillex.
Oh damn!
You
Not gonna be happy.
no. Not over exaggerated artists, but you know, more professional artists, professionally named artists like, you know, Skrillex and Tiesto and I don't know, Kill the Noise, anyone like that. You know, people try to replicate their sound, try to do it over, and it just doesn't turn up sounding good. I feel that, you know, people should look for their own sound when it comes to making music, and you should always take inspiration from other artists, because I mean, it's not like you're gonna come up with your own sound in a couple of days. Anyone's going to take inspiration from other artists. Like anyone can listen to an artist and be like, oh, this sounds like this, or oh, he sounds like her, you know. But it's really going to affect like what you're doing with electronic music if you find your own sound, because people will want to come listen to you for what you have. Like, oh, I want to go listen to Muffoxx because he has vocal cuts and really obnoxiously loud synths and weird mixes and punchy kick drums. So
Alright, what kind of music and what artists do you normally listen to?
Honestly, I love listening to electronic music, but sometimes it kind of gets boring because, you know, I make electronic music, I listen to electronic music, and I that's all I ever hear. I listen to anything. I listen to everything. I have like friends, you know, who are into different stuff. Like a lot of my friends are into Green Day and My Chemical Romance and stuff like that. And then like some of my other friends, like my really, really good close friend, he's into like, you know, Lil Wayne and Jay-Z and Drake. So I listen to that too.
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him?
Yeah, I mean, electronic music is, I guess, what I'd say I mostly listen to. When it comes down to electronic music, though, I think, like, you know, because there's different genres and subgenres, like, you know, dubstep, of course, and then electro, complextro, stuff like that. When it comes down to it, I used to be really into like liquid kind of stuff, like liquid drum and bass and stuff. And that's where I think like the magic of music comes, is like people who are big fans of ambient or whatever they want to be big fans of, that you could, you know, take some inspiration from that and then put it in your own music. And that's kind of what I did with a few of my songs, is I kind of just, you know, decided to take some inspiration from different genres. Like that's why I feel like my music is really glitchy. People call it glitchy all the time, and it's because I take some inspiration from, you know, some inspiration from complextro and disco and stuff like that, and I kind of mix it up and try to make it more original, more random, more Muffoxx, I guess. But I'd have to say that my like my favorite genre within electronic music has to be glitch hop, because glitch hop is just amazing, no matter how it's done, like Koan Sound or however you pronounce your name, and Culprit is amazing. If I could like change up my style and do what I like really want to do, it'd be something like Culprit, because I just love everything that Culprit's doing, the way he, you know, the way his drums sound and the way his bass is and his synths and everything like that. It's just, it's great. So, you know, I take some of the inspiration from that and I see like, oh, what can I incorporate, or how can I incorporate this into like the Muffoxx sound? So I kind of make my stuff glitchier and see how people like that, and they usually like it. So
Cool.
Fair enough.
Right. Next question. Probably not a question you can answer. How do you make your songs glitchy? Like, is there a certain method to it?
Is there a method to your madness? Ooh, I like
Yeah.
There's certain things I've kind of learned over time on how to like work with the glitchiness.
Are
Is
they tricks of the trade?
I think a
sounds
way to really
dirty.
get glitchy is like people always put reverb, like a lot of reverb. If you guys know what that is, they put a lot of reverb into.
Do I know what reverb is? I'm not a child.
So, a way to get glitchiness in my sound or in anyone's sound is kind of throw away all the reverb. Reverb really, if you try to like get glitchiness, you're not gonna get anywhere with reverb. I mean, a few of my songs they do have reverb in it. If you guys have heard my Fusion remix, which I think is right now officially like the way I could describe my sound or the Muffoxx sound is the Fusion remix is kind of showcases it the best.
I do like that song.
What I kind of did with that is I took out all the reverb, or actually I made everything. I had reverb in it, like I had reverb on all the synths and everything like that, or not all the synths, but most of them. And then I like exported it. I found like this little trick to do, and I kind of exported it, and then, or I just resampled it pretty much, and resampling stuff like I didn't really believe in resampling before, but it's a real technique if you.
I don't believe in that shit, man.
Well, no, there's
Stuff ain't real.
He's doing. So I didn't want to go by the book for anything, you know. I didn't want to like. People were like, "Oh, well, you should, you know, cut your claps this many decibels and blah blah blah."
It's all it's too mainstream for you. Is that it?
No,
What's a unique sound? That's the better way to put it.
I just want to do things differently than how other people do it. Like I don't want to go by the book of electronic music, if there is a book, you know, which I'm sure everyone's trying to do things differently. I'm not trying to be original by being unoriginal, but I do want to kind of go against the rules and do things my own way. And lately it hasn't been working out that well because I've been kind of stalling on tracks and trying to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing, but I think eventually it'll kind of set in, and the way I do electronic music I feel is completely different from how other people do it. Like I'm just kind of doing it randomly. People think I'm like a professional producer or something. I'm really not. I'm just kind of lucky to have all the patches and samples I have and stuff like that. I've just taken a lot of like taken all the time that I did researching on stuff and put it into the music that I do now. And if you like compare the older music that I did to my newer music, it's so crap. Like my older music was so terrible, and that was because I was trying to become, you know, the new like big artist, but that's not really what I'm trying to do anymore. I'm just trying to be myself now and do things my own way, and it's kind of worked out. And I'd have to say, yeah, like that's like what you want to do when it comes to being a musician is just doing things your own way, and that's really how you can get somewhere, I guess. There's also, to somewhat go back to the question, actually, there's also plugins that you can use for glitchiness, which
There's one of them called Glitch.
Yes, actually.
Yes, I knew it.
But I mean, God, there's this one that comes with FL Studio. I forgot what it's called. I used it for that song Funky Radio. It's like, that's all that plugin pretty much. Because that song actually wasn't even meant to be a song. It was meant to be like an experiment kind of thing. Because all it is just samples and stuff like that. And it's, I don't like it that much, but people seem to like it, and that's kind of like how I got my sound or my style. The Muffoxx thing is just, you know, doing
It's all a mistake.
doing experiments and then kind of trying to replicate the mistake, I guess. But
I actually I like my Muffoxx song. It's kind of nice, you know.
I like Muffoxx.
Another time.
Oh, I think it's called Oh, I fucking forgot. I don't know. There's this one plugin that just comes with FL Studio, and I used a lot of that in that song, and I liked it. And I use a little bit of it in some of my newer songs, just like here and there. Because I mean, when you overdo the glitch, it just doesn't sound good. But here and there, it sounds good. So, and just resampling stuff like that. I guess, yeah. That's a
Alright, nice. Why foxes?
Oh, why foxes? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, if I were an animal, it'd be a fox. Also, because I used to, well, I still am. I'm like a really, really huge Sonic fan, and my gamer tag at the current time, or my name for pretty much everything, was Tails the Fox, and so obviously I couldn't like make my artist name because that's what everyone called me anyway. Everyone called me Tails or Fox. And obviously I couldn't, I mean, Tails would be like a weird artist name and everything like that. So I kind of just went with Fox instead, and it stuck, and everyone just called me that from then on. And then, and the RoboFox era ended, but then Muffoxx started. And honestly, I can't tell you where I got the name Muffoxx from, because that's kind of like a secret. That I have to wait for everyone to kind of figure it out and settle in. It's kind of obvious, actually, but
You like muffins?
there's a secret. Yeah, I live in a muffin factory. There's kind of
a muffin factory.
there's kind of a secret behind the whole Muffoxx thing that
Can you tell us after the interview?
no, because I haven't even told anyone.
Ooh.
Have you not told your girlfriend?
I don't know.
Lying to her all the
You don't
time.
know. Like, you could have been pissed and you could have told her, like, man, I love you, you know, but I don't want to keep my secrets from you. I love muffins.
Yeah,
That's
that was
how it went down.
yep.
Oh, nice. I see the Muffoxx thing.
Originally, Muffoxx was not supposed to be a muffin fox, I don't think. I don't remember actually. Honestly,
Is
I
it
don't.
muff? Like, do you know what muff is? Like, otherwise, rather
Yes,
than
I
muff.
do. Unfortunately,
English slang.
I
Yeah.
came up with the
Is it
idea of
because of-
Muffoxx before I knew what muff meant, and so I was telling my mom about it, right? And
Wow. Okay. Conversation.
yeah, I was like, so yeah, I go by a new name now, and she's like, oh, what? And I'm like, oh, Muffoxx, and she's like, what?
What? What?
I'm like,
Hey.
Muffoxx, and she's like, oh, you know what muff means, right? So she calls me Vagina Fox.
She asked your mum, like, how old are you then? Like 14 or something?
I was.
And your mum just goes, like, hey, vagina fox.
It was last year. So I was 16, yeah.
Hey, oh, yeah, that's my boy. That's my vagina fox.
Yep. No, I don't know. There's kind of like a story behind the whole Muffoxx thing. I guess I could say there's a story behind why I'm a fox, why there's a muffin, you know. But
Is it a metaphor?
really-
about a
But
girl?
stories for another day.
it's World War III all over again, except not. World War III didn't happen yet, right? I don't know. I left the basement.
You're stupid. You're stupid.
No, there's a secret behind the. Can you like cut everything?
Wipe it out.
God, I hate myself. There's a secret behind the Muffoxx thing, and I'll eventually explain it to my fans. Maybe one day, if they actually ask about it, I'd do it. But
Who does your artwork?
Are you gay?
oh, well, to answer that, I've said it. Well, actually, my original logo, I didn't even have a logo originally when I was making the Make It Bundum remix, and someone really liked it, or maybe it was the Spectrum remix. I don't know, but one of my first songs, pretty much, someone really liked it, and they were a graphics designer. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know much about him. I didn't really get to talk to him that much. I forgot his name actually. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's like Boaz or Bose or something like that. It's some
Bowser. He was playing Mario.
Yep,
His real name. Bowser.
Bowser. Anyway, Yeah, so this guy, he liked my music and he was like, "Oh, do you want a logo? Because I do designs and stuff." I'm like, "That's really awesome. Yeah, sure." And then he designed the Muffoxx logo, and then I wasn't online at the time, and then a couple hours later I got online and I saw it and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And he sent me a new logo and he was like, "Actually, I really don't like that logo. Here, use this one instead." And I'm like, "No, I'm using this one. I love this. This is amazing. This fits Muffoxx so well." So I've been using that ever since, and then a couple people here and there have come by and done edits of it and stuff like that, which I've really liked. I've tend to like, and lately my graphics designer or my who does my art and my cover art and stuff like that has been a guy named Justin Spry. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's probably Spry.
Is that the guy who did the you know, when you actually uploaded the full version of Bundum Remix? Was that the guy who did the thing?
Oh no, that was just some like art I found on DeviantArt. But
but that's like no, because that's like the Skrillex but combined with the Fox.
Yeah, I know. I actually that was kind of like a last minute thing. I didn't know what picture to put on the video, and I was just like, "Oh, whatever, I'll put this." And people liked it, so whatever. But no, Justin, he did the current cover art, the one for the future, and he also did the one for my Fusion remix, and he's also doing my EP cover art and some of my future artwork. So it's pretty cool. He's a great graphics designer. He's a really nice guy too. So. And I hope he gets more attention for the stuff that he does. He also does YouTube layouts and whatnot. I haven't actually asked him for that, but I probably should. So, but yeah, he's a cool guy. So.
Can I have his number?
He it was actually kind of cool because he introduced me to a video editor. He does like COD videos and stuff like that. And that's how the Fusion video got done. Was like, you know how it's all like shaky and it's got like visualizers and stuff on it.
Yeah.
He introduced me to the guy who did that because I guess they're friends, and so that's kind of how that got done. It's pretty interesting how, like, I don't know. Yeah. What was the question again?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, just
like questions. Question.
Here we
what
go.
do you think will be the future of Muffoxx? Is it just a hobby, or is it like a job?
I'd say it started out as a hobby, but then it kind of became more of a job because sometimes I do music when I don't even really want to. I'm just not in the mood. I'll sit down and do it anyway because, you know, my fans make me so happy with the stuff that they've done. Like, I gotta say, I could not ask for better fans. My fans are just so epic. They come up with the coolest things, the coolest ideas, and I'm always happy with what they come up with. And so I'm making music, you know, to make other people happy, but I'm also making music because I want to kind of turn music into a career because it's originally as an experiment. It became so fun for me that I just want to continue it more. So that's kind of what it's become now or that's what I'm trying to make it now, is more of like a career kind of thing. Even though it might not turn out to be that way, I definitely say that Muffoxx I won't give up on, because I don't know, it's just I've put too much time into it now to give up. So there's always going to be a Muffoxx, I guess.
Cool. Are you ever thinking
nice,
of
nice.
live performances?
What do you mean?
Like playing live?
I've done a few live streams if you guys have joined.
We actually haven't. I actually haven't. So you know, I mean, I don't have Twitter, so I don't follow you and shit. So
I have Facebook, and I saw you said it, and then I didn't join. But
it's fine. I'm terrible at mixing anyway. I need to get.
I mean, like live is in like at a concert or something.
I would absolutely love to do live stuff. I think one of like my biggest dreams is to tour, because I've always wanted to see the world and stuff. I've always wanted to go other places outside of where I live. So, because I I really don't get out that much. I literally like just stay cramped up in my basement playing Xbox and working on music. So I've really wanted, to get out, and I'd love to tour. I'd love to perform live and do live shows and stuff like that. But the only problem is I would not want to. Wow, that was really scary. It was like an Enderman like flying around the world. It was
it's raining.
It was like freaking out. It was like shit. Alright, anyway.
You are in creative mode. You don't need to worry.
Anyway, I think if I ever did like anything live, I'd have to. I don't know if you guys. I think this should go in another question. I think you should ask.
Why?
Okay, alright. I actually have a question though. Like, what do you think you'd actually be doing if you didn't have Muffoxx? I mean, like, if you weren't creating your music, what would you be doing?
If I didn't have music, like I've always dreamed of being a musician. So if I didn't have music, I'd probably try to do what I don't know. I've always thought of like how my life would go if I didn't do music, because I've just put so much time into music now. I can't give up on it and start something else. So, if there were, I mean, like it would be fun to have like some other kind of career. Like I've always loved like people. I've always respected people who have like some awesome career. Like acting is really awesome, and then like there's comedians, which that doesn't really make much of a career anyway. But
stupid comedians. Damn, haters on the comedians.
Gaming would be like an awesome career. Whatever, doing like stuff for gaming, like gameplay stuff. Who watches that anyway?
Oh, apparently quite a lot of people,
Apparently
like
us.
literally, apparently us.
Actually, I love art. Besides music, I absolutely love art, and if I could draw, I would love to just, take
bro, I teach you how to draw, I teach. No, like I'm saying, like I'm really good at art, so,
My girlfriend is actually an artist. She's really great with art. But
alright.
I don't know.
We might have to edit that out of the video because you're gonna get like loads of angry hater girls like, oh no, you have a girlfriend and you didn't tell me. I feel so betrayed.
I probably only have like fuck. I probably only have like 3 fans that are girls.
No, I reckon it's more than that.
Still more than me. I've got a question for you.
Oh really?
Show me your face.
I just
show me your face, bitch.
like a retarded.
Will you show me my right? Will you show me your face?
If you did a live thing, would you show your face?
I've done live things. What are you talking about?
If you did a live concert, would you show your face?
No, I wouldn't. I don't want Muffoxx to be known by a face. I want it to be more known by the sound, I want people to hear Muffoxx and think of Muffoxx, not see Muffoxx and think of Muffoxx, And technically, like, I don't think, I think Muffoxx, as Muffoxx, it's kind of a different person. Muffoxx is a different person than who I truly am. Like, I kind of have a persona on when I'm Muffoxx, I guess you could say. And I want, if anything, if Muffoxx were to be known by a face, it'd have to be known by that persona. And people already understand the Muffoxx persona already, which is fine with me. It's not much different than how I normally act, but I'd just have to say that, like, I'd want them to know it more by the symbol than the face or anything like that. And plus, I don't want people fucking looking at my face anyway. So whatever.
I'm sensitive.
Don't look at me. Stop it, Ron.
I've seen that. I know you're right.
Ron, stop.
Cardio Leviosa.
I've seen it as well.
It's Leviosa.
Yeah.
Love you so.
Stop it, run. Oh.
That's definitely going in the video.
I think it would be cool to have like a mask or something that kind of fits the Muffoxx thing, you know? Because I mean, there's
A
obviously
tail on
well,
your head.
yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That'd be pretty cool.
No. I think a mask would be cool, but I mean, like, so many people are doing that, like deadmau5 and Daft Punk, and everyone's like, oh, they're just copying, which, I mean, it's cool, whatever, yeah. But, or actually a helmet, but I think a mask would fit Muffoxx more. I'm not gonna wear, like, some giant-ass 12-pound helmet that'll make me sweat all night. So
I actually don't know. What do we call? You know, deadmau5, what he wears on his head. What do we call it? A hat, a helmet,
Mouse
a
head.
mask? Like,
Mouse head.
I actually
it's
don't know what.
it's a
to call it.
helmet.
Like,
It's a helmet because it goes over his head. Same with Daft Punks or Daft Punks. Yeah, no, I'm gonna kill myself. Daft Punk, they wear helmets, and then I think Kazette. Have you guys heard of Kazette?
No, I haven't.
yeah, maybe.
They wear these. I'm not sure. Like in one of their videos I was watching, they
Wait, did they do a remix of Levels by VG?
I think they did. They did a remix
I might
of
have heard that.
one of like Data Life's songs. They did a remix of Seeking Bromance or whatever it was called. Anyway, I don't know. Everyone's all about the helmets and stuff like that, but I really think that, like, you know, Muffoxx just deserves kind of more of a mask with a persona instead of like a face with a personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, if people want to like Muffoxx, like I've had some fans add me in the past, and I'm not what they expect, you know. And I don't want my fans to be like that. I want my fans to like Muffoxx for Muffoxx, not like Muffoxx because of me, or like me because of Muffoxx. I want Muffoxx and whoever is behind Muffoxx to be two different people, and I want that Muffoxx, whoever it is, to always be behind a mask. Kind of like a superhero, sort of.
Kind of like a
Clark Kent.
How much money do you actually generate from your music? Because you haven't actually sold any songs yet.
Absolutely
I
none.
believe.
All my tracks have been free so far.
But I mean, like from adverts and whatnot. Adfly? You don't really use Adfly, do you?
No. I've probably made I've made less than $100 off all the ads and everything that I have. I haven't really cared about it much. Yeah, I don't make any money off my music currently. I'm trying to put stuff out on labels. I don't want to sell my tracks, like I don't want people to pay for them, because I'd love to just put my tracks out for free, but I'd really like to make a career of my music and, you know, get better plugins, get hardware actually, because I currently have, like, I don't have studio quality speakers, so, or I don't have really any speakers at all, so, and my headphones are terrible, and yeah, so I would like to get some money off my music, even though I'd hate to have people pay, so yeah. And because, like, paying for music is ridiculous, like, some of the music nowadays, like on the amounts for music nowadays is just stupid. How like some singles are like $2 to $3. That's just too much for one song, honestly. But I mean, you can't really choose the amount unless, like, you know, you're on Bandcamp or something. You can't really choose the amount of like how much people pay for it. I mean, I can't really describe what I'm trying to say. You can't choose.
You can't, like, you want like sort of a donate thing.
I don't know.
Like with
You should have a donate button.
A donate button? You think people would actually donate to me? I don't think so.
I honestly think they would. Yeah.
I honestly don't think they would.
Yeah, but you're kind of.
I actually would. I'd actually donate 10 quid.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah. But I'm like one person out of how many subscribers or whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But if you think about
Everyone
it,
donates 10 quid.
If everyone.
Oh, wait, what? You don't have quid over there, do you? 10.
No.
That's like $13 or something.
Alright, let's call it $10.
If everyone,
Yo.
if everyone donated $1, on
That'd be
YouTube.
1,000.
No, if everyone on YouTube donated $1, that'd be 1,500.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. I could buy some new speakers with that. I could buy a lot of stuff with that, actually.
Question time. Have you heard of English muffins?
English muffins?
English muffins.
No.
No.
No, I don't think so.
In
They're like
America-
crumpets, but a bit different.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't that like just crumpets or something?
They're a bit like crumpets, but you.
It's not as holy.
Yeah,
Huh.
you should
They're
have one
crumpets,
one day. We
I
should send
should.
it to you. We should send one to you.
I think my goal, like my dream, is to eat all the muffins in the world.
Once, one of every type.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Was that the first question we're asking right now?
Yeah.
So, have you heard of English muffins?
Yeah. Some of his fans might really want to know. Okay. Yeah.
His British fans.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he knows about English muffins. I love him even more.
Actually, he said he didn't.
That's
But,
all right.
uh,
Okay, fine. All right, next question. Do you have any hobbies apart from making music?
Not really. I guess playing video games. I don't know.
Good hobby.
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
right. Next question. Oh, these things fast.
It's gonna be a 2-minute video.
Playing really loud music and jumping around like an idiot in my room. That's one of my hobbies.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty fun, that, yeah.
Unless you're fat and you fall through the floor.
Yeah, that's not fun, is it?
Well, see, I live in the basement, so I can't really fall through the floor unless like
Alright,
gravity
so-
just.
It's even more. It's even worse if you fall through the floor in your basement because
Because
There
then
will-
no one will respect
Floor
you.
is the floor.
yeah,
Yeah.
no one will expect it. You see, no one will come looking for you.
If I fell through the floor in my room, I'd probably end up in China.
All right. Do you even lift?
No, but sometimes I drop.
Oh. Good answer. Next
Is that your actual
James.
question? Is that your actual?
I really
You
hope
have
you
all
don't put that in the video. That was so retarded. Oh! Was that really a question?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was stressful. Go on, James.
Okay.
Alright. What genres of music do you think you will incorporate in the future in like your music and stuff? Or it's all gonna be like glitch, hop and stuff.
I'd love to do glitch hop, but I think my style doesn't really fit glitch hop that well. Savant has done glitch hop before and it sounds great, but I just don't think I could do something that good. I want to do some like drum and bass, but like not like super deep, dark drum and bass, like something like, you know, like what Madian did with Finale. I don't know if you
That's
could
it.
consider
I
that
had-
drum and
yeah.
bass or not.
Yeah, I heard that. I had that song stuck in my head all day on Friday.
Yeah, I
Is it not
want to
too-
kind of do something like that because I think my style might fit it really well, but I haven't gotten down to writing a track like that. But I don't know, I'll just continue doing like house and electronic or electro and see where that leads. And
Fair enough.
I don't ever want to do dubstep again. I don't like doing dubstep unless
not?
it's like not super hardcore dubstep. If it's like, you know, adventure club dubstep, I'd like to do that, but I don't know.
Do you generally not like dubstep then?
No, I love dubstep. I think like some dubstep producers, like, they blow me away. I'm like, how the hell do they do that? Because I can't do it. That's why I don't want to do dubstep, because Muffoxx just isn't dubstep, I think, and so I just can't do it.
Who are you thinking of doing collaborations with in the future?
Oh dear.
Um, honestly, I have a ton of collaborations that people are waiting on. Like people, I think it was after. I don't know. After I released one of my recent songs, a bunch of people came up to me and asked me if I could collaborate with them, and I kind of accidentally told them all yes. So I have like 8 people waiting to collaborate.
Accidentally told them all yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, some of them I do want to collaborate with. You know, actually, I wish I could just collaborate with all my fans and friends and stuff like that. But sometimes collaborations just don't work out. Anyway, I think it really matters on like what the sound is, what the style is between the two artists, and sometimes like you get something that's completely different and it's not what you expect. Like it's something that's different from your style and their style. Like I'm working on this weird disco track with one of my friends and it's like it's completely different. It's pretty much based off samples, but it's pretty interesting. And then like the collaboration I did with Myratone, it's kind of like exactly what you'd expect from a Muffoxx and Myratone collaboration. It's just, you know, our sound together. And I actually want to collaborate with him again soon because I think that Electropia was a pretty interesting track, and I want to see what we could do with everything we've learned ever since we released that one and kind of put it into a new track and see if we could kind of create something as good as what we did back then. Even though it wasn't that great, but it's still pretty interesting to go back and listen to.
What is your least favorite song? Like, not specifically one that you've done, but just generally, what kind of songs? Like, is there any songs you particularly hate?
No, not really. I really like any songs. I mean,
So you like Friday by Rebecca Black?
I absolutely love that song.
All right, okay, that concludes our interview. Muffoxx is a dick, right?
That song is so great. Not because of like the production and everything, because I don't know. It's just it's not. It's obviously not a good song, you know. But I mean, I just love it because it's so fun to listen to and just laugh about it. I don't know. Like whether a song is serious or silly, it's just, or even if it was supposed to be serious and then it turns out silly, it's just fun to listen to. I don't know.
What about Stupid Ho?
Don't get me wrong, I don't like sit in my room alone and just listen to Friday. Like, oh yeah, like.
That's stuff.
I'm only usually playing it when my friends are around, so I could annoy the shit out of them. But
what about Nicki Minaj then and Stupid Ho by Nicki Minaj? Can anyone even like that song?
I don't. I haven't listened to that.
Well,
Listen to it and then like crawl up in a ball and die. You know.
yeah.
Do that.
All right. Well, if it's that bad, then yes, I guess that's a song that I don't like. I don't know.
Right.
I can't think of anything I mean, I'm sure there's probably songs out there that I'm just like, no, I don't like this. You know what I don't like is, you know, Alvin Risk?
Yeah.
His new release on...
Skyclad.
Yes, yeah, that. I don't like that song.
I haven't actually heard it.
I like
It's not that great. It's like, it's okay, it's Alvin Risk, but it just sounds too bland. It doesn't sound different like a lot of his other songs. So
yeah, I can sort of see what you mean there. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Once we've answered that question, Jordan, is it your turn? I believe.
Yeah. Right. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. What's your opinion on trap music?
I think it's pretty interesting. I remember when I was just started. I remember hearing about trap music and everything like that, and like I never have like done a background check on it. Like I never really researched it, and so I don't know trap, you know. But I mean, there's like some songs that I really like that are trap music or the trap genre. I don't know, trap music.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I sent
there's-
a link to Stupid Ho by Nicki Minaj. Just saying.
all right.
Yeah.
There's some trap songs that I do enjoy. There's some that are like, you know, not good, but the people who are producing trap, the people who are doing like, you know, the people who are being considered trap artists, like I don't know how to pronounce his name, Bauer, the guy who did the Harlem Shake.
Harlem Shake guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I was listening to. It's so funny how popular that is, like, or how much that blew up. I remember Myratone was telling me about that. He was like showing me a video of the Harlem Shake. It was like one of the first ones, I think. I'm not sure. And I was like, what the fuck? And so like everyone started doing this, and all my friends, of course, are just like, oh yeah, this is the next Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Which I could agree with them, but I don't know. Trap is okay. It's cool, but I'd probably never do it.
Alright, what headphones do you have?
I I have Turtle Beaches. I use gaming headphones to make my music. I don't have like normal headphones. Actually, a little while back, or not that long ago, my headphones broke, and I was like really upset about it. And then I went out and just bought the same headphones. Which the headphones that I was using weren't even mine. They were my friend Knuckles. They were his, and he's not really upset about it. He didn't use them at all. I mean, he did use them, but he's like, oh, whatever. I don't want my Turtle Beaches. So I'm like, okay. But I just went out and bought my own. They're not that expensive. They're only like $60, I think, or something, which is kind of like average compared to most stuff.
Headphones.
Yeah, headphones. So, yeah, I just went out and bought my own, and I'm considering whether I should actually get, like, you know, production quality headphones or whatever you want to call them. But
Yeah.
I don't know. For now, I'll just stick with these until I figure out something better.
Well, thank you for that interesting response on my question, as you can tell. Jordan, over to you.
Why, thank you, James. Right. Oh, what obstacles do you face when making a song? Like jumping jacks. No, jumping jacks. Carry on.
Stepping stones.
Well, I think a better question to answer would be like, how do I start making songs? Because that's kind of like the biggest obstacle for me.
So, how do you make your music?
How do you
start
start?
I don't know. Sometimes I'll just have a melody in my head, and I'll try to, like, you know, put it out on the piano roll in FL, and it'll turn out to be completely different, and then I'll just work from there. Most people, I don't know how they make their tracks. I don't know how, like, you know, people do their tracks normally. Like, I know people who start out with an intro, and then they just go all the way from there. I work on a melody or a bass or whatever, and then I just kind of build it from there, and then I lay it down on the track and make the drop first, or the chorus, whatever you want to call it. I usually make that first, and then I'll make like a build up or whatever, and then I'll just work on the rest of the track from there. But I usually start with the drop, because if I don't have the drop already figured out when I'm working on a track, then I'm kind of like stuck. And sometimes that's happened where I'm like making a really great track and I'm happy with it, and I just can't think of the drop, and then I just trashed it, or I just left it alone, didn't work on it ever again, or other times I'll be like working on the drop. Like I have too many songs like this. I have like 5 projects like this where I have the drop already figured out and everything, and I have it finished, but I can't think of like an intro, a build up, and an outro and everything like that for it. So I haven't worked on it, but I don't know. I need to go back, and there's a ton of projects that I've been working on, and I was supposed to be working on an EP, but or I had an EP that I was working on, but I've been working on different stuff lately. So I don't know. I feel bad because it's like 3 months into the year and I haven't released anything. I have so much unreleased stuff. It bothers me. So I need to just finish up everything and then release it and then move on. Was that the answer you're looking for?
Good answer, bro.
How did you meet Grandbeats? How did you get acquainted with him?
Grandbeats? How do you guys know of Grandbeats? How do you know of him?
Because he remixed his song, but he wasn't very.
How do you know of him?
On
Come
the
on.
YouTubes.
This is my question for
I
you.
just
How
sort
do
of-
you know of him?
I just sort of imagined that you went to like a music school together, because I saw his like, he had like a whole remix EP thing, and yours had like 2,000 views and everyone else had like 100 views or something. And I thought you'd be like, oh yeah, I've got 2,000 views.
I don't really. I mean, the views are nice and everything, but the song itself is really old. Actually, I finished it.
Quite a long
I
time
finished
ago.
it. Yeah, I finished it way before I even did the Make It Bundem remix, and it's clipping super badly. And there's a lot of problems with that remix, but I mean, like, he likes it and everyone likes it, so I'm like, okay, whatever. But it's not like you can't hear the clipping. That's what bothers me. So to actually answer your question, how I met Grandbeats was I think it was during the time I was collaborating with Life of Cows, and he was like, hey, my friend is releasing an EP soon, and he wants people to remix his track. Do you want to do a remix? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And I think that's how it went down. And he kind of got me in contact with him, and I'm like, okay. And so Grandbeats sent me the FLP, and I just worked on it for a few hours or so. I got it done immediately, actually. It was funny. I got it done. I got the remix done immediately after he sent me the FLP. And Life of Cows, it took him like a month to do it, because we only had a month to get the remix done, which it didn't really matter because the EP was released like a few months later. But we only had a month to get it done, and Life of Cows just put it off until the very end of the month, and then he kind of like, I felt bad for him because he had to like rush his remix, but his remix turned out to be interesting. It was just, the Life of Cows sound. So it was cool. But it was interesting because that was the first like remix I did for like an EP. Like, that was the first remix that I did for someone, instead of like, because I did the Spectrum remix. That was like the first song for Muffoxx, but the This Is Asia remix was, specifically for something. And then I've also had like the Horizon remix and the Clarity remix, but that's not really for anything. So yeah. Oh, and the Make It Bundem remix.
So this question's sort of answered by him asking about what headphones you have, but what mic are you using right now?
The same. I'm using a Turtle Beach mic. It's like on the headset. It's a headset altogether, and it's pretty great quality. I don't think it gets really good. Like, it's actually a lot better than people would think. Like, people are like, oh, you're using gaming headphones, what's wrong with you? Like, it's actually really good because it's made for, when you're in like a game like Battlefield or Call of Duty or something, you can like hear people from like certain areas. So it's really good with like stereo kind of stuff, and that's why I use them. But I'm not entirely sure. I probably should have bought like actual production headphones, but I just decided to get these again because so far I've been using these and I've been doing good. But yeah, I just use a Turtle Beach mic, and yeah.
When do you think your next release will be?
My next release, which is most likely the future that I've been kind of teasing everyone about, is hopefully soon. I don't really have a specified release date for it yet because I'm still trying to see like what label I could put it out on, and I don't know. I'm just waiting, for the right time. I don't want to like release it randomly, but I'd like to release it like as soon as possible. And I think my fans will like it. I could show you guys a little sneak peek if you want.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Oh, okay.
I would enjoy your sneak peek.
Well, talk amidst yourselves until I get it ready. Never mind, I got it ready. Actually, no. Keep talking amidst yourselves.
Hello, James.
Hello, Jordan. How have you been today?
Got a runny nose. Got.
I thought. I thought you just said. I got run over. No
yeah.
biggie.
got
Right
run
tonight.
over. Wasn't the best of days.
Future.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just had to start bobbing in my seat.
So
I wonder if that'll even actually like come back as good quality through the mic.
It's actually not bad.
it sounded good on this end. So
Yeah, it
is
was
that
like-
being released on a record label? Is that going to be paid for? Like, or is it going to be? Because you haven't done a paid release before, have you?
No, that's what I'm kind of hoping on. I mean, like not for people for paying or not for people paying for it, but I kind of like one of my goals as starting Muffoxx was just to put something out on a label, and most labels don't release stuff for free, so I really want to put something on Beatport. I don't know why. I just kind of have like this obsession with like. I feel like if I put something out on Beatport, I at least made it somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to do that, and I want to put something out on iTunes. So I'm hoping the future can get out on Beatport. But
Bro.
Maybe the last question, if we can't think of one. Tell us a bit about New Flextro.
New Flextro.
Is it
New
Flextro?
It's New Flextro, I think.
Which one's that?
Yeah, it's New Flextro.
Is there an
What do you mean,
S
which one's that?
after the C?
No, it's an X, as
it's
in
an
like
X. Right,
Complextro.
right.
It's a combination of like I think what he was trying to go with is like Complextro and then what is it? New Disco, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, Complextro, New Disco, and like House maybe. I don't know. Just like he wanted to, because most Complextro you hear is really kind of I don't know how to explain it. It's usually it's usually kind of like, you know, darker kind of stuff. Like not dark, but like, you know, more heavier. And with Electropia, I think what we were trying to get at was really happy synths and, you know, different cuts, trying to be like as random as we possibly could, maybe. I don't know, but it was kind of an accident.
Happy.
Most of it was an accident, but I don't know, I think what he wants to go with, or where he wants to go with New Flextro, or the reason why he started, you know, talking about it and doing it, is because of so many artists putting out this stuff that people can't set a label to, like Monty, if you've ever heard of him. He really likes him and he really likes the sound, but he can't really pin the sound to a genre.
So it makes a genre for it.
Yeah, so he created a genre for it, and Madian kind of has that style too. But Madian, like you could already see that, like Madian just wants to label it as what he does, you know, or like whatever he labels it as, electro house or whatever. But I I don't know. It's just a new genre, a new subgenre. It's pretty interesting. It's different than most of the other subgenres, and I don't usually agree with subgenres, like all the people like who are like, oh, bro step or Moomba trap and stuff like that. But I mean, it's interesting when people come up with really interesting subgenres.
Of
But I don't know.
interestingness. Any
Yeah.
tips on making new flextro?
Just go with what you want to do and try to make something that people are not going to expect. uh, when we were making Electropia, I resampled so many things, so many sounds that I did. I just kind of took a piano roll and I copied it and pasted it into like 14 different patches, at least 14 different patches. And then I kind of just exported. I just resampled all of them and then kind of edited them after they were imported back into FL Studio. And then I just cut them into random places and see how that sounded. And if I didn't like it, then I'd change where like I want this or change where I want that, and then yeah. And that's what I've been doing for most of my songs, because I really like this whole new flextro idea. And even if there's not a subgenre called new flextro, even if like people hate the whole subgenre scene, they're like, oh no, we don't care about new flextro or whatever, I really think that Muffoxx the sound is really close to the new flextro genre, because I don't know if people can label my sound with a certain genre. I mean, people could call it electro house, but it's not specifically electro, because most of the electro people put out nowadays is really, heavy and deep and stuff like that. So, and you can't call it progressive house, because most progressive house is just, chords and, automation and stuff like that. And my music isn't always like that, because it has, heavier drops than most progressive house. So it's kind of like caught in the middle. And I think the best genre I could put my music to is new flextro for now. So I'm just gonna stick with it and then see where new flextro goes. And I'm actually excited to see where it goes. So.
But
He uses you could tell he uses a lot of the same bass though in his songs. Like if you listen to Clarity, if you listen to the bass close enough, you could tell it's the same bass. It's just not as hardcore, and it's more into the melodic version. There's this one song that's on his new album that I think it's like the last song. It's called like Epos or something like that. And it's a really awesome song, and it inspired me to do a lot, because it's like every sound that he's done, it's really housey, it's really trancey, and then it's also got that one hard, electronic drop that has that bass on it, and it's a really awesome song. I want to do something like that eventually, and that's kind of where I wanted to go with the future. I wanted, to take everything I've done so far and put it into one song. And I think that's a really cool thing to do, because sometimes artists, they advance and they kind of build their own sound, but they try other sounds and people like those sounds. So I try to do that, incorporate all the sounds I've made so far, all the different versions of Muffoxx, and then put it into one song and see how people like that. So
That wasn't even a question, but
no, that was
that's
just like,
in the video anyway. Is there anything you want to clear up? Like anything your fans have asked loads and you just want to say no?
Yeah, obviously, no to the Clarity remix.
fuck off! Thanks.
I can say I'm not going to finish the Clarity remix. I've thought about it, and I'm just not going to do it. I might make a VIP in 15 years, like some kind of, I don't know,
So when you're either really famous or you're like,
Crippled.
yeah, you're still in your basement doing shit all.
Yeah.
I think in 15 years, I hope I make it somewhere. I hope I'm still not in my basement. But Yeah, I don't know. The Clarity remix is, I just don't like it. And everyone likes it, so I'm gonna do a VIP of it eventually, because, you know, everyone likes it. I might actually, you know, I'm gonna actually go for making it professional, but for now, I'm just taking a break from that, and most remixes, and I just want to work on my original mixes, because, I don't know. I feel like I haven't put out enough original mixes yet, or this year. So I want to kind of do that. And then I also
agree.
do collaborations and all the remixes that I have to do. So yeah, I just
I'm
can't
still
do it.
I'm still confused to how it takes you so little time to do a remix. I mean, 3 hours for the Halo one, 4 hours for the Bundum remix. I mean, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, but you could tell it's been rushed because it doesn't. I don't know. It's just not like. I can see where you're coming from. Like most music, when you listen to it you can usually tell how much time has been put into it, and like most of my music, like The Future and some of my unreleased tracks, you know, I don't literally sit down and work on it for hours. I usually like. I'll be bored and I'll open up FL for a couple minutes and I'll just put an idea in and then I'll close it and then I'll just keep doing that. Sometimes I actually do sit down and work on it and finish it, but I don't know. When I was doing those remixes, I just sat down and worked on it until it was done from start to finish. No pausing, no breaking at all, and that's kind of just what happened. That the problem is that like those tracks, I'm just not proud of them because I have ideas now that I wish I could go back and put them in, and that's why I like to take with my music. Like I like to take a little break and, you know, think of some ideas and then put them in. But I don't know. I just yeah. Did I just take a question really far again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck. Shit.
Well done.
Damn it.
And is there anything you want to say to your fans at this amazing high moment?
I love every one of my fans. They're amazing, and they should all stay foxy.
Oh!
And stuff.
You sound like
Oh snap!
No, you just sound like you're the president, like or prime minister or whatever, talking in the interview at the end of the video. You know, just I wanted to say thank you and stay foxy.
Anyway, that concludes
and then
the
you
video.
salute.
That's the end of the video. Yeah. Ta-da!
Alright, bye.
I'll end the recording there.
Alright, bye.
Finally!